Ladies and gentlemen, we have another show match for you. We got Sticking Prism on the orange side. We got Steve on the blue side here. Steve has been in our show matches before. He is a bit of a gold 3 1v1 player. So is Sticking Prism. And Sticking Prism will take the first shot and the first goal. Just going to let that one squeeze in on the first kickoff. Both of these players are playing from the US West region, and that is the servers we're on tonight in this best of 3 show match. Sticking Prism just recently making it to Diamond in 2v2. Steve still trying to get there up in Plat 3 in 2v2. So this should be a fairly close matchup we have tonight. But we'll have to see who's going to win it. Steve is on Switch. He's a Switch player. Sticking Prism is a mouse keyboard player, and that mouse keyboard dribble and the last flick to get the goal is going to give him the 2-goal lead. As Steve is failing a bit of a wave dash, cyber dashing as it were, all the way down the field. He still almost was able to make it back in time. Very tenacious play there. Not quite able to get back in time. Steve does manage to get a great kickoff. If he can get back to this one, he might be able to tap it in, but Sticking Prism first on the ball. Steve trying to get it around. Can he get to this one quickly and tap it in? He can. Steve with the great speed up, and he's just going to cut that lead down to just 1. We are playing full 5-minute games, best of 3 here. Normally in our tournament days, we have we just play first to 5 goals, but that's not going to be the case in the show matches. So we'll be playing the full 5-minute length. Steve, the early crush is going to work for him. He's going to tie up the game. Sticking Prism not expecting Steve to ego challenge him there. Thought he had some more time to take over on offense, but Steve, seeing the opening, diving on in, getting a long shot, is going to make it work for him. And this kickoff, very neutral. Steve does get the win, though. Can he flip into it? Not with the power. But he will get a bump on the defender and be able to snag that corner boost. Sticking Prism not able to get back. Steve, 3 unanswered goals now. How can Sticking Prism respond here? Came out swinging early on. But since it's been all Steve all day, and it's still less than a minute in, we already have 5 goals. Which 1v1s do tend to have higher scores, but that's still quite a bit to score within a minute. Nice little slow touch there. Sticking Prism getting it around Steve. Can he cut this ball inwards? Not quite going to be able to find the angle. Steve sliding into his net. Looking to come in and get it around. He does. Sticking Prism not expecting Steve to come out of net there. And Steve just going to tap this one in. That's going to be a 2-goal lead for Steve. Sticking Prism needs to settle into the game and pay more attention to what his opponent's doing. Got an opportunity to fake challenge that. Go for a 50. Sticking Prism, great kickoff. Can he get one back here? He's going to tap it up. It hits the crossbar, but it does go in. Sticking Prism gets one back from the 4 unanswered goals. Finally does answer those goals. And it's just going to be 1 down for now. Steve still in a 1-goal lead right now. Can he maintain that lead? Or is he going to be a little bit sloppy here? That kickoff, Sticking Prism not going for. Steve on the rebound gets the goal. And he's going to take that 2-goal lead back. Sticking Prism opting to fake the kickoff. He wasn't able to maintain possession there. And Steve, sticking around in the play, was able to get just a banger on target right above the defender. Steve passing at mid. Sticking Prism almost scoring on the second touch. Will get the goal, and this has just been a shootout. The Sticking Prism scores the 9th of the game in just 99 seconds. Kind of cool how that works out. A goal every 11 seconds so far in this game number 1. Sticking Prism going to be taking this one up the sidewall. Can he do anything in there? No, I guess he just wants to make sure Steve doesn't get in there quickly. Steve on defense does challenge, but Sticking Prism a great low 50. Can he curve this one in? Put a shot on target. Going for the bounce dribble. I love to see that. But Steve's challenge will get him out of defense nicely. Sticking Prism's going to have to retreat all the way back to his corner. Steve doesn't have a lot left in the tank, but he wants to stick on the ball and go for the shot. Not quite going to be on target. He's going to get bumped off the boost as well. Puts Steve in a bit of a rough spot, but he will still be able to get back and snag that mid boost on his way. Sticking Prism trying to get that one around Steve. He left an opening. What is he doing? Sticking Prism baiting in a shot. It looked like, but he didn't have it covered. Steve sees that opening and he's just going to say, yeah, no problem. I'll just take a shot quicker than you can respond, and I'll just take my 2-goal lead back. What a play by Steve to see those openings and just go full speed into them, which is really what you need to be doing. If you have those openings, you need to not hesitate on them. Steve taking a dribbling opportunity now, trying to get into some open space. StickingPrism closing down that space nicely. He's going in the air, but he's not going to make the best contact. Steve eating this one downfield. Can Prism get there? He does. He's able to kick this one out to the corner. Steve rushing back home. He will get the save there, and that's a great save as well. He keeps possession to him. But Prism, a great 50, and that's just going to be rolling in the net. He's going to get one back. He's going to cut the lead down to 1 once again as we hit 2 minutes to go on the clock in this game 1. I love to see Steve in a show match without having high ping. Last time he was in an OCE show match with Comet or Galliman, and we had to change servers back and forth. It wasn't the best, but this time both their pings are going to be nice and low. Let's go and take a quick look here. 32 and 44. Going to be more than manageable. Any lagging you see is going to be on my end because I don't have the best connection, but it should be fine for both of them. StickingPrism going to be able to tie up the goal with just a bit of an overcommitment. Steve nowhere in sight. All it is a nice tap. Nice little dribble tap all the way downfield. But that kickoff, not looking good for StickingPrism. That one just in. No, it hits the crossbar. Steve stays with it, looks for a secondary shot. Not going to find the angle on net. StickingPrism on defense, panicking a little bit. Doesn't have any boost. He's going to be pushing this one downfield, but he can't find a goal or a shot. Steve recovers all the way back to his corner. Looks to pick up possession here. StickingPrism cuts him off. Can he get the shot on? He gets demoed, but Steve doesn't slow down in time after the demo, and he's going to push it in for his opponent, giving StickingPrism the first lead he's had since he was up 2-0 early on in this one. Steve needs to figure out how to get back in it. He was scoring left and right. Now it seems like he's slowing down the pace a little bit. Tapping this one back behind StickingPrism. Not a threat on net. StickingPrism going to take his time, but took a little bit too much time as now he doesn't have much boost in the tank. Looking to be able to bounce dribble this one. Get it around the defender. Snag that mid. No, Steve a little bit quicker on the boost grab. StickingPrism does snag the corner of his opponent, but Steve still able to get there and disrupt the play. Getting a 50 there. Landing on top of his opponent. Not sure who that's better for. Nobody's able to get a goal just yet. StickingPrism still with the 1-goal lead. All he has to do is waste time on the clock here. Make sure he doesn't overcommit. Steve has to respect the shot, but StickingPrism put a poor shot on at that. Steve, can he get around this and shoot it? He can. Steve's going to be able to tie things up. StickingPrism did not need to go in the air for that. All he had to do was fake jump at best and just come back down and keep possession of the ball. Instead, he just gives it away and leaves an open net and lets Steve tie things up. Can he get back in this one? Last 15 seconds. Steve gonna win the battle to the corner boost. Seems like he has a bit of momentum here. He gets it around, but he can't find the angle to finish off that goal. StickingPrism, no boost in the tank. Looking to just play this one into overtime. He taps it on Steve, but Steve also expecting overtime. Not going to be able to catch that one. Ladies and gentlemen, a 7-7 on the scoreline as we hit overtime in game number 1. I told you this is going to be quite competitive here, even though it is a bit lower level than we're used to. You still get the opportunity to see some show matches from time to time from the lower ranks. It's always a blast. StickingPrism taking over in the corner, looking pretty good. A nice fake jump there. Can he slam it in? No, Steve, a great save there. Oh, and StickingPrism getting out of there and able to slow down the counter attack quickly. He's going to be able to push this one through. Steve, a great 50 to slow down as well. We're just going back and forth, trying to get this ball out of the corner. Steve trying to get it out and push down across the field, and he will find a way to get it all the way across. He's going to go up. StickingPrism's also up. Steve with the beat there, but he gets bumped off the play, and StickingPrism's going to be able to turn around and just drive this one in. Steve looked like he had a chance for a double tap, but he gets bumped off the ball and he can't recover in time. StickingPrism, lucky that one doesn't go into his net, and he's going to be able to turn around and get the game 1 victory. Way to go, StickingPrism. We'll catch it in game number 2. Alrighty, we're hopping into game number 2. StickingPrism, the little bit of momentum coming out of that game 1. So he was able to take the victory in overtime, and on this kickoff, he might be able to get a first goal. There it is. Very close kickoff, but it does end up going Sticking Prism's way, and he's not going to flub it here. He will take his time, get around the ball, and put that one on net. 6 seconds in, Sticking Prism starting out strong, just like game number 1. And the end of game number 1 as well. Steve trying to wrap around here and get on defense. Sticking Prism, not the best catch. He's looking to keep the offense going. He gets a good 50. Can he stick with the ball? Steve flying in there just to disrupt the play. He's not able to get that one out of his net area, and he's going to accidentally own goal. Sticking Prism was right on his tail. Don't blame him here, but he wasn't able to get this one around the attacker. Just had to do everything he could to try and get that one out of net. But as we've seen before, Steve able to come back in these situations. Very close in that game 1. See if he can't get some momentum rolling for him this time. Sticking Prism not able to get the double tap. Steve might be able to turn this one downfield quickly. He gets a flick. Sticking Prism's up. He can't get the touch. What a fantastic, far, long, full field flick. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but Steve gets that one right on target and just as fast as it needed to be to get on the board here in game 2. Sticking Prism on mouse and keyboard. Let's see if he can not worry about his finger slipping off his joystick. I have that problem all the time. I wonder if mouse keyboard's better for me. Wants to go all the way across. Steve diving in once again, but not making contact in midfield. Sticking Prism looking for an air dribble, but he can't quite make contact. He lands on Steve. Steve getting a great 50 to get out of dodge there, and he's looking for a squeeze by shot. Not going to quite find the net. Sticking Prism in net. Does get a block. Steve dives in, but it's not that full of a commitment. He might be own goaling here. Steve needs to get back. This one might just be, oh, unfortunate. Steve, a bit of a throw as Sticking Prism hits that one up. Steve just trying to rotate out, makes contact and can't get back to that one. Sticking Prism gets a great kickoff there. Does have, once again, a 2-goal lead. Looking to get a rebound shot. Steve missing his corner boost, and he's not able to get the read on the shot as well. It's going to extend Sticking Prism's lead to 3. There's still plenty of time. 3:38 to go on the clock. Steve just down by 3, and 3 goals this early on is not unheard of and ones to overcome. So a lot of times the kickoffs can go one way or another. This time it seems like they're just going Sticking Prism's way. Let's see if Steve can't get back in this one and get his own kickoff goals to even things up. Steve on the kickoff. Sticking Prism faking it, and he's not going to find contact. Steve can't get the rebound shot, but he should be able to snag this corner boost. Stay on offense here. Does get bumped back a little bit, but he might be able to get a shot going here. Sticking Prism, oh, staying low, and he's not going to have a problem. He's going to be able to get the counterattack goal. He will. Steve barely not able to get the touch there. He's flying in the last second. Unfortunate. I think Steve just needs to settle down and realize, you know, that last game could have gone to anyone, but he does need the win here if he wants a chance at the game 3. Sticking Prism's kickoffs are just too good. Steve does get back to this one. Gonna kick that one to his corner and speed this one up as quick as possible. And he's gonna get it around. Does he get a goal? There it is. It's just gonna roll right on in. Steve taking a second goal after 4 unanswered. See if he can't keep things rolling on the kickoff. This one going Sticking Prism's way again, but he's not going to cut it downfield just yet. Wants to snag plenty of boosts to work with. Steve, oh, unfortunately not making contact on the back wall. Probably could have just came down with the ball and followed it forward for a 50. Wasn't able to make contact, and Sticking Prism takes that goal right back. It's a 5-goal lead, 2:50 to go. Steve not making contact, might have been faking that one out to get the corner boost. Sticking Prism missing a quite open net. He's able to catch this one. Steve looking to bump Sticking Prism off the ball. Can't quite get strong contact there. Sticking Prism tapping this one high so he can snag mid. Steve diving in. Thought there was going to be a challenge there, but it didn't come out. Sticking Prism playing this one a lot more conservatively, as he does have the 5-goal lead. He doesn't have to do anything crazy here. Just has to keep possession and burn time off the clock. This might be that crazy thing we're talking about, jumping off the wall. Steve Gonna touch around, and he might be able to get around this one for a goal. There it is. Steve seeing an opening and taking his shot. Gonna be putting himself one step closer to tying up the game. Sticking Prism doesn't need to do any of those crazy aerial mechanics, but he's just not consistent at enough in order to be able to make them worth it in this situation. He's already up by 4. Doesn't need to press the issue, and he's not going to find contact there. Can Steve get a shot on? There it is. It's just going to float right in. Now Steve with the back-to-back goals cuts the league down to just 3. Sticking Prism blames lag, which very well may be the case. He did mention that he's been experiencing some lag quite a bit recently. Hopefully it settles out for him. Steve, great kickoff. This one might just be going in. Can he get a tap? There it is. Steve now on a roll, which is very unfortunate for Sticking Prism, especially if lag did induce his downfall here. He's going to keep it slow on the kickoff. Steve getting a nice touch there, and he's just going to dive in, but he's not going to snag that that mid boost. Sticking Prism does have the full boost here and a bit of a dribble. Can he get the flick on target? He gets it around Steve, but it's not on target. He's looking for a second shot on the counter. Steve looking for the demo, not finding it, but he does get a 50. It's off the inside of his post, and he gets a bump on Sticking Prism. Can he get around this ball? Can he put it on target? Just 2 goals down, 1:20 to go. Steve has a chance here, but he needs to get the ball moving in the right direction. Can he get the save here? That's a tough ball to get at this level. Steve finds himself down by 3 once again, but he still has 1:11, which is enough time, especially with some kickoffs going in his favor. Doesn't have to score this one just yet, but he does need to win some kickoffs if he does get a goal in the next little bit. Sticking Prism gets it around the defender, and he's just going to be able to drive this one in for another goal. 4 up now as Sticking Prism's turning back on the gas. Less than a minute to go. Steve had such a good chance in game 1, almost winning it, went into overtime. Just seems to not be able to find his footing as well. In this game 2, Sticking Prism came out with that early lead. It just seems insurmountable. Steve with a long shot, not quite going to find the net. He does get a nice block there to prevent the counterattack. He's looking to squeeze that one in, but can't get the angle. He's still staying strong, staying in this one as well as he can. Like I said, he does have a chance if he can get this goal in, get a couple kickoff goals, and make something happen on 0 seconds. There's less than 30 seconds to go now, and I'm not sure Steve has what it takes to find the net with enough time to do anything. Sticking Prism, a fantastic shot, but it does get saved out by Steve, who turns around, but he doesn't flip the right direction, and I think that's just going to do it here. 15 seconds to go. Steve sticking in this one until the very end. Sticking Prism putting one more on target. 5-10 on the scoreboard. 8 seconds to go. I do believe Sticking Prism is going to be taking this one. Not really going to be quite enough time for Steve to come back, but it was a close matchup. Sticking Prism, can he show off his aerial mechanics here in trash time? Does he have a flip there? I don't think he got it. Sticking Prism winning the show match in 2. Very close game 1. Not quite as close in game 2. But still a fantastic series we had here. That's going to be all we have for you today. Thanks for joining in, ladies and gentlemen, to this Gold 1v1 show match, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out.